Hey guys, it's ZeldaMaster Chef, and in this video we're going to be making some Tears of the Kingdom meals. I got my ingredients right here, and what we're going to be making today is these Tears of the Kingdom Lunchables. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to be making... Didn't plan that. We're actually going to be making a 3-course meal from Tears of the Kingdom, and I believe you can cook them in Breath of the Wild. To start off for our appetizer, we're going to have some hearty Salmon Meuniere, I don't know how to pronounce that. And for the entree, we're going to have some monster curry, and for dessert, we're going to have some mighty fried bananas. So let's get started. Alright, so we got our ingredients here, so let's get cooking as we would in Tears of the Kingdom. So here we go. Gotta go ahead and plop these in, just like Link would, and I guess here we go. Wait, this is not a video game. I don't think this is gonna work like this. So since this is real life, we can't actually just throw things in a pot and call it a day. We're actually gonna have to cook it ourselves. And to get things started, I'm actually gonna start on the curry because that's gonna take the longest. And since in the game, I'm gonna look at my recipe here. It requires, you know, Hylian rice, Goron spice, and the monster extract, which will use something like that. But you can also add meat in it, so I'm gonna be adding chicken. Obviously, you can make the curry without meat, but I want mine to be a bit more hearty. And the game doesn't really call for onions. I don't even think onions is an actual ingredient, but we're gonna add it so we can add more flavor. So we're gonna try to imitate the game for the most part, but we'll be throwing in some extra ingredients to really make it. Because I mean, we don't have Goron spice or monster extract. It's not as simple as it seems in a game. So yeah, I'm not the best when it comes to cooking, but I'm gonna try. I did it! Alright, I guess I had to cut a little bit more, but there we go. Now we got the onions nice and chopped, and let's go ahead and now saute them in some butter to really get things rolling. Alright, let's go ahead and toss in some butter. It's a bit much, but you know what? You can never have too much butter. And now let's go ahead and throw in our onions. We're gonna keep them in big chunks. We're really using them for the flavor, and they will cook down and get softened up as we do make the curry. The curry is truly the longest process, so we're just gonna have that sit for a bit while we then focus on the other parts of our meals. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this down and just let it sit, and let's move back to the cutting board. Alright, now let's go ahead and move on to the chicken. Let me make sure we drain that. But yeah, again, the chicken is optional, but I like it in my curry. You know, I want some meat in it, so we're gonna add that. Let's go ahead and, oh, this is real slimy. I don't like to deal with it. But we got some breasts, and I'm just gonna go ahead and this does not look, if you cook for yourself, I probably look like an idiot, but you know, I'm a gamer, I eat my Lunchables, and that's about it. Okay, we're just gonna slice through it. We want some smaller pieces, but also, I like my chicken thick. I don't know, we're just gonna roll with it. Whatever happens, happens at this point. So I'm just gonna continue cutting through this until I got some kind of decent looking cuts, and we're gonna add it to the onion and butter once that kind of cooks a little bit. So, and for the rice, we have some rice cooking up in this rice cooker here. It's not Hylian rice, but you know, it's close enough, so it will do the job. So while the curry cooks, I'm gonna start working on the appetizer, which is the Salmon Meuniere. Meuniere? Whatever. And here I got a nice piece of salmon. All I'm gonna do is just, you know, pepper and salt it. Not much else. I mean, you don't really add seasoning in Tears of the Kingdom, but you know, I want seasoning on mine. So we're gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna leave the skin on as well. Maybe you should wash my hands, you know, that's important. Yeah, let's go ahead and now add some more salt on the other side, and now I'm gonna fry it up since it's ready to go. Alright, let's go ahead and add a couple slabs of butter, not too much because the salmon has plenty of fat on it, and once that kind of heats up, I guess the pan isn't really that hot yet, I'm gonna go ahead and slap this on. Actually, I'm just gonna do it now for the sake of the video. There we go. Hopefully we still get some crispy skin. we probably will with how I'm doing it, but close enough. Let's just, let's move on from there. Okay, now let's move on to the fried mighty bananas. These aren't mighty bananas, but they're bananas, so we're gonna use them. And I'll be honest, this is a really weird thing to eat, but I was looking for dessert and this looked like the simplest one. And also, you know, the Yiga love bananas, so I feel like I should, you know, make a banana dish. It would only make sense. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and toss some flour on bananas and we're gonna fry them afterwards. I'll make 2 because that's what's in the image. I'm just gonna follow that. It wants you to use Tabantha wheat, which I'm assuming is flour, and then some cane sugar, which I do have sugar, but I actually prefer to use honey, so we might use that. I'll test it out, but yeah, first let's just see if this will even stick on its own. I mean, the bananas are a little sticky, but I don't know if they're sticky enough. I don't think I should, like, egg wash them or something. That'd be kind of weird, but it's getting a coating on it. Maybe if I put the honey, but I don't want to fry it in honey. I'll probably put, like, the honey on last. I think this is fine enough. Like, okay, let me not dip my hands in it. I'm just gonna try to put as much flour as I can, coat the bananas, and we're probably gonna fry these last since this is dessert, and they probably won't take that long. So I think this is good enough. I mean, they're coated, so hopefully they look like how they look like in game. The goal is to make them as accurate as they look like in the game, so I'm gonna attempt to do so. But yeah, we got that done. Let's go back to the other dishes. So let's go ahead and now flip our salmon. Hopefully we got some crispy skin and not burnt skin. All right, yeah, that's not bad. And it feels a bit crispy. I want to turn on the fan, but I think it'd be too loud. So I'm just gonna suffer with the smoke. Anyways, yeah, okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's now add the chicken in the sauteed onions, and we're just gonna let the chicken get some color before we then add some broth, which will then really start elevating the curry. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn this up a little bit, probably turn this down, and actually just cover it entirely so it can cook. I'm not gonna want the non-skin side to really sit too long in the pan because it will, yeah, overcook or start to burn. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue cooking this a little bit, and yeah, hopefully it will be ready. Maybe I should add some seasoning actually. Okay, so this is not Goron spice, but it's the closest thing. I mean, it's a curry dish, so we're gonna use curry powder. So let's pretend this is the Goron spice, okay? And actually, I gotta take out the thing. I ran out of Goron spice earlier. You know, had to hit my local Goron and get some spice. This is harder than I thought it would be. Give me a sec. Ah! Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. We got the Goron spice opened up. I'm gonna add some curry powder. I'm just gonna kinda go by eye, you know. Usually you add a full jar of Goron spice. We're not gonna add a full jar of this, but okay, this is taking way too long. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna play some risky business. I think that'll do. That should be good enough for now. You can always add more as you go along. Got some Goron spice up my nose, but yeah, we're just gonna let this cook for a bit. All right, we're getting some color. I also do want to add some salt, of course, because the curry powder isn't necessarily salted. It just gives it that curry flavor. And I guess you also want to season your stove top. Apparently, you know, give it some flavor as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna add the typical salt and pepper. You know, those are the main 2 that you want to add. And we'll let that sit. But I do think that this should be done for the most part. Let me actually flip it back. Let me remove this entirely so you can see it. It might not be fully cooked yet. You know, I usually cook my salmon in the air fryer, but okay. Oh, we got some nice color on this. So, judging by it, looks like it's almost cooked. It looks pretty good, but just for safe measures, I'm gonna go ahead and just take it off the stovetop while it was hot. And we're just gonna let it sit for a little bit. Maybe we can just cover it like this. And if it's not fully cooked, it will get fully cooked just from the heat from the pan. And yeah, we're just gonna wait this out. Once this is nice and ready, I'm gonna add the broth. I mean, I think the color for the most part is there. Maybe I should add the broth now. So let's go ahead and do that. So I just got some standard chicken broth. Again, the game doesn't require any of these ingredients to to make these dishes. If only life was that simple. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and add some broth and just kind of let it sit. We don't want it to be too much because it's not soup, it's curry. So you want it to be nice and sticky. I mean, we're gonna end up adding flour to thicken it, but for now, let's just add the broth, let it cook in, and we'll get back to it in a second. Okay, I'm gonna try this. This is some ancho chili powder. We'll just pretend it's another type of Goron spice. Because I want to add some actual spice to it. The curry won't be enough. It's not really that spicy. I think we'll just stick with chipotle. I have very little of it, so I'm probably just gonna dump the rest of it in. That will give it some nice spiciness, which I really do want. I think that will be it. We could add cinnamon, but I don't know about that. No, I think we'll just stick to this, and it's already looking pretty good, actually. Like, I mean, it looks more like soup. We still need to add the flour to thicken it, but I'm liking the way it looks. The only thing I'm worried about is the monster extract. So I said I have some substitute for it. What that is, I didn't get this from Kilton. You know, this is just some purple food dye. Grape purple is the color. I hope the color kind of contrasts with this. Thing is, this looks like something you want to put in something really bright and white. This is already pretty dark, so hopefully it comes out purple. If it doesn't, I tried, so this is the best. We're just gonna pretend this is monster extract, and what happens, happens. Actually, I just thought about it, and we could add some milk. I mean, milk will kind of give it a whitish hue, and you know, it makes it heartier. I actually do like milk in some of my soups. Great. Man, what is up with me and opening up things? Like, you're gonna have to use this knife for everything. Now we got some ancho chili powder on my milk. Hopefully I don't taste that. But okay, let's go ahead and just pour a little bit, maybe not too much. I think that will do. Let's see if it actually even changes the color. Actually does. Wow, there we go. Okay, we got a much creamier looking base here to where I hope the purple really stands out. So we're gonna see, but for now it's looking good. It actually smells really good. I'm getting some nice, you know, curry flavors. It's actually smelling super good. I'm actually really looking forward to this because believe it or not, this is actually my dinner. This isn't just gonna be some fun little video where I'm just gonna get rid of the food. This ain't actually Master Chef where we just waste food. No, I'm eating this, so it has to be good. I want it to be good. I'm investing into it. So yeah. Okay, so now that the salmon is done, it's nice and ready. It's actually looking pretty delicious, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna go ahead and place it on our plate, and technically we would be done. I mean, because that's like the main ingredient you use, but from what it seems, the Salmon Meuniere also has some kind of sauce on it. So I'm gonna add a sauce, and from the way it looks like in the game, I'll make sure to show it on the video as well. But I'm looking at it on my Switch right now. It's like some white sauce. You don't really use milk or anything. It's literally just to bantha wheat. So I'm thinking we're gonna add some milk to the you know, the rest of the fish juices, you know, the oil. That will give it some more flavor, and then I'm gonna add some flour and then season that up, and that will be the sauce, because the goal is to make it look as accurate. There are also some greens and like a chopped up tomato, so I'm gonna add those as well. Just kind of imitate the dish as much as possible. So we're just gonna use some frozen broccoli for this. I feel like that should do the job. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of let this sit, because the goal is to make it look as similar as possible. And then let me actually turn this up now. We're just gonna kind of let this simmer for a sec. I'm gonna add some flour in a second, and once we do that, it will look as close as we can make it look to the final dish. And again, the salmon is the main part of this appetizer, but you know, I'm gonna try my best to make it look as close as possible. Okay, so the milk sauce is starting to boil. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of flour so we can thicken it up. Hopefully this will give it the right consistency of sauce. Again, just looking at it, yeah, it's just like a bit of sauce just in the center of the salmon. So that's the goal here. I think I maybe added a bit too much flour, but whatever. If it thickens up and looks accurate, even if it tastes bad, I'm gonna consider it a victory. You know, the sauce is not that important. I just want it to look as accurate as possible. I do think maybe I've added actually too much. I might add a splash more milk. Where is my milk? Oh, it's in the fridge. Okay, then let me grab that. Okay, let's go ahead and add some extra milk to this, just so it's not too thick. It was looking like mashed potatoes for a second. And I don't think that was what was on the Salmon Meuniere, so I hope this works. Like, if it doesn't break down, whatever, this is the best I got. I'm just gonna kind of keep mixing it until we kind of get some decent consistency. But okay, let me add some salt. I still want it to taste good, so just a little bit of salt. I probably should just turn this down all the way. Which one? This one. Actually, I should turn this off too. I think the broccoli's. Oh yeah, that's burning. Okay. Well, we've got to make sure we get this out. So I didn't really even season the broccoli. For me, the broccoli is not that important, but yeah, according to how the dish looks, it's like on the side of the plate. This is gonna become a disaster. As long as the protein is good, I'm happy. Like for me, that's the most important part of the meal. So let's go ahead and just, okay, that's all on my switch. Let me go ahead and just pick that up. Should be clean enough. Okay, I'm just gonna tidy that up. I'm gonna have to use my hands, but okay. So far, this is what it looks like. I do want to add as well some tomatoes because again, that is what the game has. It has just like a chopped up tomato. So let's get rid of the top, let's get rid of the bottom, and then it's just kind of like this, just placed on the side. I don't know, close enough. It's not looking too hot. But okay, now all that's left is the sauce, and we're technically done with this dish. And holy crap, the sauce is looking disgusting. Oh god, okay, well this didn't work out as planned. I really thought it was as simple as that. I might just need to add something else. Maybe, okay, well we're gonna add some chicken broth. I feel like we're putting too much milk, so let's put some of that to kind of water it down a bit, and if anything, let me turn it back up. And okay, so we're just gonna wait on the sauce. Once the sauce is done, we're technically done with the appetizer. So yeah, let's just make sure we get this working. So I'm just gonna keep mixing it until we get some decent kind of consistency. Okay, I actually think that it still looks like watery mashed potatoes, but it's definitely looking better, and I'm not too invested in the sauce. It's really just there for decoration. So let me just, if anything, let me just taste it, see what it tastes like. So, got a little broccoli on this. Ooh, okay. It tastes like cheese, which I guess isn't bad. For color, let me add some pepper, because the game does look like it has a little color in it. And we're also gonna add a little bit of parsley, and that should do it. And I'm just gonna add it on top. It will be like a salty little cheese, you know, thing to put on the top of it. I guess the milk is what makes it taste like cheese, but okay, that should do it. I don't know, it's looking kind of shot, but we gotta roll with what we have. So yeah, in the game, it's just like slightly in the center like this, and some of it is dripping off, so I feel like it's good enough. I don't want to add too much because I bet you it's not going to taste any good. So this is it, and technically we're done with the first dish. Like we got the appetizer, the Salmon Meuniere. We're gonna have this sit cool down, and we're gonna focus on the other dishes so we can then come back to this and taste test it. All right, with the salmon meuniere done, we're gonna go ahead and now move on to the fried mighty bananas. So I'm gonna go ahead and just toss a big piece of butter. You could obviously use other types of oil, but I'm a butter boy. I like to use butter for everything, really. So we're just gonna use butter. I want to use a decent amount since it's technically fried. So if anything, it needs to be a decent amount. Thing is, the smoke point for butter isn't that high, so I don't want to burn the butter. But we're gonna try our best to make it work with butter. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just place it like that. And once this is nice and ready and sizzling, I'm gonna throw these bananas in, and hopefully it works out. I've never fried a banana. I don't get it, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. It says it in the game. I'm gonna do it. It better taste good. Okay, I think the butter is looking pretty good. It's sizzling, so let's go ahead and add the banana with flour on it and see what happens. Or maybe I went a little too prematurely, but I'm committing to it. Here we go. It's gonna be a mess, I already know, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fry this, and while it fries for a little bit, I'll turn it down just slightly. I haven't actually tried the curry yet. The curry, for the most part, is almost done. All that's left is the monster extract. So let me see how this is tasting. I'm just gonna try a bit of the soup, and obviously the flour, because it is soup right now, so. Actually, it's really good. It's salty, it's curry, it's delicious. You know, you got the flavors of the onions and the chicken. This is gonna be super good. If anything, this is probably gonna be the best part of the dish, and it's kind of hard to mess up. I mean, curry is just so delicious that I'm not worried too much. But okay, let's focus on the bananas though. So I do want to flip them, so I'm not entirely sure if I should flip them now. I wonder how it's gonna work. Is it gonna like caramelize or something? And okay, it's looking, actually, it's not looking so bad. I don't know, it's reminding me of like carnival food where they just fry everything, you know. I had like a fried Twinkie before, but I mean, I never had a fried banana. I never had any fried fruit. I don't know about that, but it's not looking too bad. I mean, at least it will be like somewhat warm or something. I don't know, we're gonna figure out, but I don't want to have it sit for too long. I can already tell the butter is starting to darken. Because we're using butter again, you could just use oil, but I like to stay away from that. You know, try to have some health conscious thinking when eating. Even when it comes to imitating video game food, I'm trying to keep it healthy, because I'm going to still eat it, right? So I want it to be as healthy as it can be. I mean, frying anything in butter is probably not the healthiest, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, I think for the most part, I mean, maybe I want a darker color on it. Let me actually see how it looks like in the game. In the game, it's really bright. If anything, it looks like the skin of the banana is on it. Well, that's too, I can't keep the skin on it. I mean, I'm not a monkey. I'm not gonna eat it with the skin. Okay, actually, I'm liking the color here. So I think we're looking good. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit for just a couple more seconds, and once we got some caramelization, you know, some brown, nice coloring on the other side, I think I'm done. We're just gonna stop there. It definitely should have absorbed enough butter. All I gotta make sure is the flour parts are completely cooked, and then we should be good. Okay. The butter's definitely burnt now, so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull these out. I mean, this is the best I could do it. I made the fried bananas. So let me go ahead and put them side, oops. Let me put them side by side. Okay, whoa, it's real slippery, okay. Yeah, kind of like that. Now, all that's missing, I mean, really that's the main part of the dish, but okay, let me put this down. Turn this off. It really is just like that, but they do have, oops, like a flower on the side. So I'm gonna have to just find a little flower to place, and then yeah, we'll be pretty much done with this dish. Okay, so we are done with the fried mighty bananas, though I didn't add sugar like I was supposed to earlier, so we're gonna instead use some honey, just because I prefer it over sugar, and it won't really ruin the look too much. If anything, it'll make it look a bit glossy. Hopefully, because the bananas are hot, it will just kind of melt, and yeah, it won't really like stick, and it will just look better in general. So yeah, there we go. I added the flour because the game has the flour just next to it. I don't think it's edible, but yeah, there we go. So that does it for the dessert. All that's left is the actual entree, the main course. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. We got the fried banana. The honey drizzling isn't really in the game, but close enough. I'm okay with it. So there we go. Second one down. Now one more to go. Okay, now let's focus on the curry. It's been, cooking for quite a bit. It tastes good, so yeah, all that's left is we're gonna add some flour to thicken it up, and then the final thing, of course, to make it monster curry instead of just curry, we need the monster extract, which again, for us, it's just gonna be some purple food dye. So I hope this works. This is gonna be the weirdest part. So right now it's looking pretty good. I guess I'm gonna have to add some drops. I don't know if I want to add too much. I'm gonna add like 3 and then mix it. I don't really mess with food dye, but I mean, at least it's edible. So okay, yeah, no, what I expected. It's gonna probably blacken it and not make it look at all purple, but you know what, we're committed. So it says add 1 or 2 drops and keep adding. Okay, you can keep adding. So it seems like it's safe to put more if you want. Food dye is weird to me, but I'm gonna eat it just for the sake of this video. And okay, definitely don't want to add more, but yeah, it's not really getting the color we wanted. It definitely looks monster-ish, I guess, because it doesn't look normal. It doesn't look like normal curry, that's for sure. So I'll take it. This is probably the closest I could do. Maybe I can add some more milk to try to lighten it up, but I'm afraid this is the best I got. Sadly, the curry just ain't going purple. Like it's looking really muddy now, and I don't think I can fix it. I could add more food dye, but I feel like it's just gonna make it darker, and yeah, I think it's kind of shot. Again, it definitely looks monster-ish, so we're gonna roll with it. So pretty much we are done with the curry. So all that's left is just plating the final plate. So what I'm gonna do, okay, is add the rice. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab some rice. I'm gonna pretend it's Hylian rice, and I think in the picture it's like at least half of the bowl. So there we go. That should do it. So it's pretty much like that, and then the other half is the curry. So looking good. I'm gonna double check. Oh, we're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm double checking. Yeah, it looks about the same. So now let's go ahead and add the curry on the other side. It's not as thick as I wanted it to be, but also I don't want to add too much flour. I don't mind it being a little watery, as long as it has the curry flavor. There we go. That should do. I do want more chicken though. Let me grab some more chicken. Okay, there we go. And that does it for the third meal. It's curry at least, but it's definitely not monster curry. Like, I tried. I thought the food dye was literally it, but you know what? I don't got monster extract. Kilton ain't hooking me up, so what can I do? I did what I could. But yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and now set all the food together and check them out and try them out. Okay, let me start with the Salmon Meuniere. So here we go. I'm gonna go straight for a piece with the sauce. As you know, I gotta try it as is. So there we go. As you can see, we got some sauce. So here we go. Yeah, you know, the sauce doesn't really taste like much. The fish is fine, but the sauce just tastes like some salty mess. I like it. These probably taste like nothing. Couldn't salt them. Whatever. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty good. Really, what it is just some fish, you know, some salmon. But hey, it looks like the game, so if Link eats it, I'm eating it. But okay. Now let's go ahead and try the curry. So I'm just gonna take a nice hearty bite from it. I probably should have added more flour because it is actually really watery, as you may notice. But tastes like curry. I mean, all you need is curry powder to make it taste like curry, so that's not that crazy. Now let's end off with the fried mighty banana. Here, this is a Yiga's delicacy right here. This is what the Yiga members want to eat. So I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see how it tastes. So actually, it's not bad because the fried part of the banana kind of got caramelized. The sugar is, you know, kind of like you could taste the sugar because it is caramelized. You know, it's hard, kind of crunchy on the side, and you know, banana's already sweet, so adding more sugar to it with the honey just makes it taste better. I'll be honest. So I'm a fan. Probably wouldn't do it again, but I actually don't mind. So yeah, I think overall this is a pretty good meal. I mean, this is pretty big for an appetizer, but I didn't really know what to go with. And I love hearty meals in Tears of the Kingdom because it gives you the, you know, yellow hearts and it fills you up. So I want to start off with something hearty. And then I just thought, you know, these two kind of fit the game's aesthetic and look like video game food. But sadly, again, I didn't really make it look as good as I could. But okay, so I tried it, and now I'm actually gonna have my wife try it and see what she thinks, as she's the one behind the camera. All right, so I have my wife here. She is gonna taste test it for me. Let me know what you think. Make sure you get some sauce on this one.
Okay.
It's, I mean, I eat salmon every day, so to me, I love the salmon, but I don't know about the sauce. What do you think?
It doesn't taste like anything.
Right? It's just salty.
Let me try it.
It tasted like cheese when I tried it by itself. Yeah, like okay.
It's a little thicker than I thought.
Yeah, way thicker.
Yeah, it still tastes like nothing.
Okay, well then that's good, if anything. Okay, and yeah, no, the veggies aren't. It's literally just for show. You know? But okay, now go ahead and try the curry. Let me know what you think of that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's kind of watery.
Yeah, no, I should have added more flour. I mean, she usually cooks. I don't. I was like, today I'm gonna cook for a video. That's the one time I decided to. Because again, normally most of my meals are prepared in an air fryer or something. But okay.
I got some chicken too.
Okay. Let me know if it at least tastes like it. The consistency and look may not be accurate, but the taste is there, right? Okay. But you'd be surprised.
It's really good. I wish it could be spicier, but.
True, I thought I added the rest of the chipotle spice, but I guess that wasn't enough.
Yeah,
I needed way more. But okay, now I'm gonna be honest, this is probably my favorite part of the dish.
This is the only one you try a second bite.
Yeah, right?
So, okay, I'm excited.
Like the outer part of the banana is actually really good because it is caramelized and sweet.
Yeah, you're right. And you fried it, so it's a little crunchy.
Yeah, it's not like fried all the way through. Like the second you get past the
like the middle part is kind of.
It's just the same.
Yeah, just
it's
banana.
It's no different actually, but it's the edges that have all the flavor, and yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty
like
good.
The butter the butter gives it like some.
Yeah, I thought the honey would be too much, but it's actually perfect.
Right? But yeah, anyways, there we go. That about does it. So you liked it. You would say this was kind of a win, right?
Yeah, I'll eat it for dinner for sure.
Hell, I mean, yes, this is what we're eating for dinner, so no matter what, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Anyways, that about does it for this video. It was a bit silly, but I thought it'd be fun, you know, for the holiday season to cook something with you guys. So that was the premise. I always wanted to recreate something from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Didn't do the best job, but you know, it was fun nonetheless, and at least now dinner is served for me, so I'll take it as a win. But yeah, if you'd like to see me cook anything else within the games, I'm open for it. Definitely let me know, and let me know what you thought of this video in general, as I just thought it would be fun to make. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. But that about does it for this, so as always, I've been ZM, and I'll see you in the next one.